Welcome to lecture 2.4, continuity of a function. At this point, we have already discussed about the limits, the existence of limits, the concept of discontinuity for some examples, infinite limits, limits at infinity. Now we're down to the last part of lecture 2, the continuity of a function. Let us define continuity. A function f is said to be continuous at x is equal to a if the following conditions are all satisfied. First, f is defined at x is equal to a. B, the limit of f of x as x approaches a exists. It implies that the right-hand limit and the left-hand limit also exist and are equal to each other. For the last one, the limit of f of x as x approaches a is equal to f of a. Otherwise, f is said to be discontinuous at x is equal to a if all of these are not satisfied. Continuity on an interval. If f is continuous on the open interval a to b, then it is continuous at every point on the interval. For example, if we have here let's have here a curve, and then let's say that this is the interval. Okay, all of the points that are inside the interval, the function is continuous there. So it is continuous at 2, at 2.5, at 1.5, the function is continuous there. Second, if f of x is continuous on the real line, then it is continuous everywhere. Okay, take note that if a function, the domain and range of the function is the real number set, then it is continuous everywhere. There is no restriction, there is no gaps, there will be no breaks in our graph. Let's discuss about the different types of discontinuity. Consider f of x is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 1 all over x minus 1. F of x is discontinuous at x is equal to 1. When you substitute the value of 1 to the x in f of x, it will be undefined. However, taking the limit of f of x, we know that the limit of that is equal to 1 when we employ factoring and some algebraic manipulations like what we did in our previous lectures. So here it means that f of 1 is not equal to the limit of f of x as x approaches 1. Hence, f of x has a removable discontinuity at x is equal to 1. So we call that a removable discontinuity. Take note that this fraction can be simplified further. So x squared minus 2x plus 1, that is equal to the quantity x minus 1 squared. So if we divide this by that, so we have x minus 1. However, the original given is a fraction, so we are not going to simplify that. It is still discontinuous at this one, however, it can be removed. So that's why this is called the removable discontinuity. Next, we have the infinite essential discontinuity. Consider f of x is equal to 1 over x minus 3. Of course, f of x is discontinuous at x is equal to 3 since it will not be defined when it becomes 1 over 0. Take note that here the limit of f of x as x approaches 3 does not exist. Since the right hand and left hand limits are both infinity, then we call this as infinite essential discontinuity at x is equal to 3. Next, we have the jump essential discontinuity. Suppose that we have here a piecewise function. We have f of x is equal to x cubed if x is less than or equal to 1. That is the color black. And we have the x plus 1 if x is greater than 1. So this one is the red. Take note that here we have a jump discontinuity because our function The graph of the function has a break from here to here. And also, the limit of f of x does not exist as x approaches 1 since we have here a discontinuity. However, the right hand and the left hand limit of the piecewise function both exist. So here we show the RHL or the right hand limit. For the LHL, it's left as an exercise. As you can see, both one-sided limits do exist. Hence, f of x has a jump essential discontinuity at x is equal to 3. For our examples, analyze the following functions. Determine whether each is continuous or discontinuous on the given interval. Give the point or points of discontinuity and what type if discontinuous. First example, we have f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 4x plus 5. This one is a parabola opening upwards. So recall from our lecture 1, the domain of f of x is the real number set. Since there is no restriction on the values of x, wherein y will be undefined, so definitely the domain of the function is the real number set. Also, we can also note that on the interval -1 to 6, -1 is an element of the real number set, and 6 is an element as well of the real number set. What can we say about that? The interval -1, 6 is a subset of the real number set. Since f of x is continuous on R, then it is continuous also on the interval -1, 6. Next example, we have here f of x is equal to x plus 2 times the quantity x squared minus 4. The interval given is the real number set. All right. The first thing that we're going to do is to try to simplify the given fraction. Okay, we have factoring. Okay, 2 times the quantity x minus 1. And then for this, we may apply the sum and difference of 2 squares. All right, so we now have this one. You are not going to cancel out x plus 2 on the numerator and denominator. No, because that will strip us the information that we need. Okay, we have here several discontinuities. First, f of x is discontinuous at, okay, let us enlist that, x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2 for this. Okay, if the value of x is 1 or 2, the denominator would be 0. So that would be undefined. And we also have here -2. Okay, yung -2, it is for this. Now have the description for each. For this one, we have infinite discontinuity. Take note that that would be a vertical asymptote. And for this one, this is a removable discontinuity. Why is it removable? Because we can cancel this out. However, we will not do that as we have to go on the original given. We will only do the canceling when we get the limit. So here we have f of x is continuous on R, except we have the following, 1, 2, and -2. So the backslash here, it means minus. The set minus the elements 1, 2, and -2. We can also read this f of x is continuous on the real number set except 1, 2, and -2. Third example, we have here a piecewise function. F of x is equal to x minus 2 if x is greater than or equal to 1. We have -x cubed if x is less than 1. Okay, I provided here the graph of that so that we can easily visualize it. However, we have to take the analytic solution of this one. So let us draw a number line. Actually, we only need +1 here. Okay. So this one is the red, the x minus 2. X minus 2 greater than or equal to 1. So it looks like this. And then for the other one, the color black, -x cubed if x is less than 1. So that would be hollow. Okay, let us try to get the left and right hand limits. Okay. Alright, for the right hand limit, the limit of f of x as x approaches 1 from the right, this is equal to the limit of the color red. The limit of x minus 2 as x approaches +1. So this one becomes 1 minus 2 equals -1. Okay, next, we have the limit of f of x, the left-hand limit as x approaches 1 from the left. So this one is equal to the limit of -x cubed as x approaches 1. So this becomes -1. Even though this is piecewise, it doesn't automatically mean that this is discontinuous. We have here a function that has no break. This is what we call an edge, corner, or kink. For example, we have y is equal to square root of x minus 2 on the open interval -5 to 10. Okay. Let us get the domain of the function. Okay, the domain of the function is it can exist from 0 to infinity, positive infinity. Okay? We have here a half interval, okay, which includes 0. All right. So what can we say about that? So y is continuous. All right, we have the following conclusion. Y is continuous only on the closed interval 0 to 10, given that we have here, but not on the open interval from -5 to 0. It does not exist on -5 to 0. However, this does not imply that y is discontinuous here. You have now reached the end of this lecture video. You are highly encouraged to answer the following exercise. Thank you for listening.